coming back to school with me. We could have done it all so easily.
Hi, my name is Craig Thompson Wood. I'm the board game teacher. Thanks for coming to the classroom. Today we're going to take a look at Cuckoo Zoo by Gamewright. So when looking at the number of players, I'm going to give the number of players an A-. I give it an A- because it's 2 to 6 players. I would suggest, especially if you're playing with younger kids, to have at least one adult with the group. Now this isn't a game that I would suggest playing with groups of adults. Probably definitely more a game for kids, but there's ways to make this simpler if you're playing with very young kids. But so a group of 6, with so say 5 kids, 1 adult, would pretty much be a handful, but at least you get them all entertained and involved in a fun game. And for that reason, because it accommodates such a large group, I mean, you know, probably going to be playing this game more at home than you would in a classroom. And for that reason, I think that it's really well suited to most people's needs in that case, so therefore the A-. For learning, I'm going to give the game a C. And I give it the C because there's really no curricular learning that happens here, except for some of the very simple things like identification of color, identification of some of the animals that are on the cards, knowing the animal sounds, but those are some very simple things. You'll learn social skills in there as well, such as taking your turn, being gracious and not, you know, throwing a fit if you're being forced to lose a turn, you know, miss your turn. And, you know, concentration, memory, those kinds of things are going to come into it as well. But overall, you know, as I say, is there a strong learning component of this? Not really, but I think there is still those things that can be learned in a game like this, so for that reason I still give it the C. For fun, I'm going to give the game a B+. This game is pretty much Uno, just with a few twists added onto it. So if you know how to play Uno, you've already got a good head start on how to play this game. This game, to me, would probably be a little more fun than Uno, particularly it's less take-that than Uno. Uno has some of that real strong take-that element. This one has a little bit, but not as much. And for that reason, I think it's you know, more fun. Plus, with, you know, the fact that throughout the game you're making animal sounds, I think this is going to be a big hit with some kids. So B+. For time, I'm going to give this game an A because, you know, it's just a deck of cards. So the setup is just shuffling and then dealing. Cleanup is just putting the cards back in the box. The play time is only about 20 minutes. So all in all, you have a very quick, fun activity to be doing with the kids. And it's something that they may be asking for. So it's not a huge time investment if you want to play this game. And then once you've set it up, you know, you can play again if you like. So for the reason, I think it deserves the A for time. For cost, I'm giving the game a question mark. I've looked around, and even on Amazon I can't find it right now. But if you're interested in pursuing this game and finding a copy of it, then I suggest talk to levelup.ca, and I'm sure she'll be able to talk to her distributors and maybe even be able to get a copy of it for you. This game was a kind donation to me by a good friend, JP, who has donated a few games to the board game teachers. So thank you very much, JP, for this copy. It is gladly received and will be put to good use. So let's take a look at how the game is played. So in playing Cuckoo Zoo, every player is going to be dealt a hand of 8 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now before playing the game, players should be familiar with all the cards. You know, take a look at them, make sure they know what's on each card. So that's a pig, that's a monkey, that's a lion, that's a cuckoo, a pig, a peacock, and so on. So people should be familiar with the different animals. Just to be clear, the different animals, they are a sheep, a donkey, a lion, a frog, a cuckoo, a pig, a monkey. And they'll be in 4 different colors. So the colors will be red, green, blue, and yellow. So players need to be familiar with those animals and know how to make the sounds for them. So going through it, now I'm warning you, I am a professional board game teacher, so you may not want to attempt these same animal sounds at home. The sheep would be ba, the donkey hee-haw, lion rawr, frog ribbit, cuckoo cuckoo, pig, and monkey ooh, ooh, ah, ah. So as you're playing the cards, you have to make these sounds. So if I'm playing down the lion card, I would say rawr. If I fail to do that, then my penalty is I have to take 2 cards if I've forgotten to do that. But should I play down a frog, then it's ribbit. Now when I play down the lion, I can also play down any other lions that I have as well, much like Uno. So I can have the green lion, rawr, green lion, rawr. Now, notice I have to do the roar for each line that I put down. Similarly, if later a person put down a card, say, or you always have to match the suit. So if I were to put down a yellow frog, ribbit, I could put down a blue frog because it matches the frog still, ribbit. Now, on the next turn, another player could match the frog, or they could match the colors. They could put down a monkey, ooh, 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 ah, ah. Now, if at any point a player should put down a red card, they don't make the sound. If they make the sound by accident, then again, the penalty is 2 cards. Now, I did say there was a small take that element in the game, and that take that element comes with the cuckoo. And the cuckoo means that you skip the next player on the left. Now, and you always say cuckoo, no matter what color of the cuckoo. He's an exception. So the blue, yellow, or green cuckoo, you shout cuckoo. But then if you play a red cuckoo, you say Cuckoo Zoo. And if you do this, if you forget to do this, then you have to draw the 2 cards. So this one's different because every other card you have to make the sound, but with the red cuckoo, it's the exception. You have to say Cuckoo Zoo, and that's the one exception for that card. Again, if you get it wrong, you're drawing 2 cards and you're adding them to your hand. The first player who can get rid of all their cards is the winner. Now, what I just explained to you there was the most basic version of the game. If you want to play with a simpler version, then you can leave out the special rules for the cuckoos. Because remember in the cuckoo, to say Cuckoo Zoo with that one. So that's, if you want to keep it simpler for the kids, reds would always be quiet, and you don't worry about that. But if you want to add another level of challenge, then when you play a donkey card, you can put that one card to the side. And the donkey card then starts what's called a donkey round. Then every other player has to play a donkey card on top of that. And whoever cannot play a donkey card anymore, so you'd only play one donkey card at a time, and whoever cannot play a donkey card then, so say the player sitting across me couldn't play one, and there was 3 cards there, they would have to take 3 cards into their hand because that's the number of donkey cards that were played in the donkey round. Those are then added to the pile here, and play continues. The final card to mention is the peacock card. The peacock can be put onto any color, any animal. So when you play the peacock card, you can name a color and an animal. So I could put the peacock card and I could say green frog or yellow donkey or whatever I want, and then that is now the top card that people then have to match the color to or the animal to. Players who are unable to play a card on their turn have to take 1 card as a penalty for not being able to play. If they can play that card, they may play it right away. Otherwise, they just hold on to that card and then play continues. So that's going to wrap it up for today's episode. If you have any questions about Cuckoo Zoo, then please leave me a message in the comment section below. If you have any other suggestions for games you might like to see on the channel or other topics you might like me to discuss, then as always, please leave me a message in the comment section below. But until next time, I'm Craig Thompson with the Board Game Teacher saying thanks for coming to the classroom.
Are you coming back to school with me? We could have done it all so easy.